Hi everyone, it's Brendan, and today I'll be going through the Injective EVM Hello World. I've just released version 0.4.2. Alright, let's begin. The time now is 18:44. So I've just opened up that link in Gitpod, and it's doing its thing, spinning up the cloud development environment. Just going to zoom in a little bit, wait for it to finish loading. All right, here we go. So now it's prompting me to do a seed phrase. I'm just going to go with new. I've got to get rid of that debug output. And then new again. Okay. Cool. So what have we accomplished? Initialized empty versions of the .env and config file, so I can see my seed phrase and my JSON RPC URL, and I've also got this config JSON file here as well. All right, I'm going to close these. Now it's giving me instructions on what to run next, so I'm just going to do that. All right, so I'm running the fund script, which it has opened for me over here. So firstly, account lookup. All right, so I've got some instructions. Please copy the EVM address above, and then open this link. Open. So that's the faucet. I'm going to paste the EVM address inside here, and then press request tokens, and wait for that to go through. Let's see, I'll read any other instructions. Okay, so that's just request testnet injective INJ before proceeding with the next step. So continue after funding account. Right, I think I might have a bug here. Right, the jump is now going. Right, because of this now. Yeah. Okay, I've got to fix that. All right, the faucet couldn't find the transaction. I'm going to continue anyway. Right, it's got 0. It says this account is not yet funded. Please ensure that you've funded it before running. So, yeah, continue. All right, so let's see. To continue, run the following command for the next step. All right, I'm going to run O1 compile. And here we go. So run compiler, let's do that. So it's opened up this file. This is the source code, and this is the build output, right? And yeah, okay, it's helpful. So it's saying open up counter.json, and inside the ABI field, you'll find the ABI, which is JSON. And then inside the bytecode field, I'll find EVM bytecode. So yeah, excellent. All right, next one is O2 test. So that runs the test suite. All right, so these are the test files, and it's already run it. So should start with a counter 0, that's just a constructor, and then increment once, and then assert the new value, increment again, and assert the even newer value. All right, and this table is for gas calculations or gas usage. All right, so whatever you accomplish, yep. Okay, let's do the deployment. So hopefully the funds have come through. Yep, they have come through indeed. Run the deploy script. All right, so that runs npx hardhat run, the deployment script. The deployment was quite fast. All right, let's load the deployment data. Let's check out the smart contract on the block explorer. All right, so I see an unverified smart contract with its bytecode. Excellent. All right, so that's what has happened. Okay, let's do verify, O4 verify. Okay, so load deployment data. Okay, verify smart contract. Okay, so this is the part which is actually making network request. All right. Okay, I think one thing that needs to change is like maybe an instruction that states why we use the force flag on this command. All right, let's take a look at the verified smart contract in the Block Explorer. All right, so we see fully verified and we see the source code, we see the ABI. That's what we want. All right. Okay, what have we accomplished? Connected to the Etherscan API and Block Scout and perform a force verification. Oh, okay, so the explanation is here, right? And inspect the result of the verification. So you can see the source code and API. Okay, perfect. Let's do the interact step next. All right, so loading deployment data. So we've got the smart contract address and its ABI. And then we initialize the RPC provider. So we've got the account address. Okay, and then we initialize a smart contract. Maybe this should be formatted so that I know that I should click on it. So we can see this opens up straight to the ABI tab. Great. Okay, now we query smart contract. So the value of value, right, this one, the value of value is 0 before, and then if I do the transaction, so I've got transaction hash, and then I see the transaction in Block Scout. All right, so the transaction, let's take a look at it. View details. All right, and since I have verified the smart contract, I can see not just the method ID, but also, you know, what that translates to. So there's an increment call, and the num parameter is 7. Okay, great. And then now I'll query the smart contract again, and now increment was called with a value of 7, and now it's gone. The value has increased from 0 to 7. All right. And then I can see what we have accomplished. Right. Now I'm going to do something. I'm going to run this script again, right? So let's say I run interact again, right? So load deployment data, initial smart contract, query smart contract. This time it starts at 7, and then I do the transaction. And when the transaction has completed, I'm expecting it to be 14. Wait for that transaction to go through. All right, now let's query. And there we go, it is indeed 14. Okay, so there we go. So we've got connect the smart contract, query, and then invoke the increment with a transaction, and then query again. Great. Okay, now let's wrap up with stats. All right, so setup duration, half a minute, and duration for the steps, 5.5 minutes. Total is about 6 minutes. I'll add an additional 1 minute because this doesn't include the Gitpod spinning up time. So that would be 7 minutes total. All right, and then we can see how many times I've done the steps as well. So I've done fund, compile, test, deploy, and verify 1 time each. And with interact, the final step prior to this one, I did that 2 times. And so, yeah, total 6. All right, completion rate 100%. So didn't run any of the scripts with errors. And that's it. The time now is 18:53. So total time it took me was 9 minutes, including all the explanations. Excellent. All right, thank you for watching. And please try this repo out yourself. It is at github.com, Injective EVM Hello World Inj. So yeah, give it a go. Let me know how it goes.